So we'll go ahead and start. Let's come to any seated shape. So that could be sitting cross-legged, sitting on your shin, sitting in a chair, just however you feel comfortable. And once you get into your seat, give yourself a little wobble, just a little side to side so that you can feel your base, your sitting bones, and see if you can be evenly weighted on the two sides, the right side and the left side. Yeah. And then once you have that, just let the arms rest, palms up or down, up to you. And if it feels okay to close your eyes, let the eyes close and let your forehead relax and let your eyelids relax. And see if you can take the slightest lift up of the base of your skull. Lifting the head off the back of your neck. And take a few easy breaths. Every time you breathe, notice the movement of your body. Just where you have that little rise and fall. Start to bring a little movement with our breath. Let's just let the head bow down. You can let your back round. Go ahead and open up your eyes and let's interlace the fingers. Press your palms forward and let your back draw back. That's kind of like cat pose. And then let's take the arms up overhead. Nice long spine. Take a little side bend, one side and the other side. Yeah, do that again, just a couple of times, back and forth. Yes. And then let's come up to the center, undo the fingers, and just give the wrists a couple little circles on the way down. So those of you at home, if you're sitting cross-legged, change the way the legs are crossed. You've got the other one in front. Yeah. And then we'll just take a twist, just an easy twist to go one direction. And then we'll go the other direction. Yeah. And let's take that again, one more on each side. Just a little easy twist. And the other way. Great. And then from here, let's rest the hands just somewhere on your legs. And from your seated position, take a couple times your cat-cow. Great. Okay. And then from here, friends, let's come out of this position and just stretch the legs out long. And you can do that in a chair. So stretch the legs out long in front of you and give the ankles a couple circles. And then we'll go the other direction. And let's do a little bit of work for the feet. So pause and press the toes forward. So point the toes. That's it. And then pull back just the ball of the feet and spread the toes wide. So like Barbie feet. Yeah, exactly. And then pull back through the toes. And we'll go that again. So press forward the ball of the foot and then press forward the toes. Pull back just the toes and then pull back through the rest of the foot. Yeah, a couple more rounds. So articulating here at the ball of the foot. We spend so much time with our feet crammed in shoes. We don't get to move through this joint as well as we could. Your foot. Great. And then pause there and just give all the toes a little bit of a wiggle. All right, friends. So from here, let's turn over. We'll come to all fours, position hands and knees. And if you want, you could stay in your seat. We're going to do some cat-cows. And you could do the version that we just did from your seated position. Yeah? You prefer to come down? Yeah. Oh, that'll work too. That's perfect. Yeah. So find your position, whatever shape you're going to take. And before we do classic cat-cow, just start to move around a little bit in your spine. And that could be anything. For me, I often like circles, side bends, especially early in the day. Everything's a little bit more stiff. Yeah. So let the movement start to settle here. Just coming back to center. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, let the back round, dropping down your head and your tailbone. And on the inhale, we'll come the other direction, let the head and the tail lift. Exactly. So go with that a couple more rounds, just at your own pace. Excellent. And then let's pause here, just right in the middle. In that all fours shape. Stretch the right leg back, the toes tucked under. You can give yourself a little push back and forth, a little calf stretch. Yeah, exactly right. And then we'll pause. And can you float the right leg? Lift the right leg up off the floor. Come into a little bit of balance. You can stay with that with both hands down, or you could stretch the left arm out for a little more balance. Up to you. We're going to stay here just for a couple of breaths. Yeah. Good, good. And then that's that. Release the hand, release the leg, and just take a little shift side to side a couple of times. Let's do this just to give the hands a little break. Perch up onto your fingertips. If you're on your knees here, you can shift back. Yeah, exactly. And then without moving your hands, try to scrunch up the mat so that the center of the palms lift. Yes, good deal. All right, friends, let's reset. Coming back to your starting position, left leg back, and give yourself just a little back and forth for a second. And stretch out through the calf. Yeah. Then let's pause and we'll lift the leg up off the floor. Balance. You can stay just like that, or if you wish, you can take the right arm straight ahead as well. And we'll hold our position for a little bit. Don't hold your breath though. Hold the shape, but continue to breathe. Yeah. All right, friends, let's release the arm, release the leg. Go back to child's pose, toes tucked under. Yeah, and then you can take anything. You can take your chair or your chair dog. And then let's give the hands another little break. So perch up onto the fingertips. Yeah. And then from here, friends, let's reset the hands. Just hands down. We'll press up and back into our downward facing dog. Chair dog is just perfect here. And then the legs might want a little bit of a stretch here. So you can pedal, you can bend and straighten the knees, you can shift your hips back and forth. Take anything that you need here. Yeah, we've got the leaf blowers going on outside. Let me know if you can't hear me on Zoom and I'll talk a little louder. Let's pause here and separate your feet a little wider. Your choice, either walk the hands to the feet or the feet to the hands, meeting in a forward fold. We'll bend the knees a little bit. Press down through the feet. Inhale all the way up we come, lifting the arms. You got it, friends. Release the arms. And then from your standing position, just a couple of times we'll rotate the shoulders in and out a couple of times. Yeah. And then let's pause here. Take just a slightly wider than normal stance. I'm going to mirror you guys on the screen here. We'll take your right arm and reach across the body up and over to the left. And you can kind of pivot on the left foot. I meant the right foot. And then we'll undo and slice the other direction. Yeah, just a nice big reach. And then let's take it one more time on each side. Yeah. Great. And last side here. Awesome. And then we'll come back to center again. Let's reset your feet so the feet are just right underneath your hips. And we'll take a little hula hoop asana, circling the hips around. Because I can't do any class without the hula hoops. So here we go. Go the other direction. Yeah. All right, guys. So we'll do a little standing sequence, moving with the breath. Let's keep your feet a little, just not super wide, but medium wide. Yeah, that's perfect. On the inhale, bring the arms up over your head. Exhale, let's come down, bend the knees, forearms come on the thighs. Inhale, open up to the right side for a twist. Exhale, bring the arm down. Inhale to the left side, twist other way. And down. Press into the feet. Inhale all the way up, arms overhead. Let's take a side bend over to the right, any version, any arm variation. Inhale up to center. Exhale, side two, over to the left. You got it. Come back to center. Let's take the arms down behind you or hands to the hips if you can't reach. And broaden the collarbones. Yeah. Inhale here. And on the exhale, we'll take a forward fold with the hands like this. I like to bend the knees. You could do that or have them straight. I like to keep the elbows bent. You could do that, or you could start to lift the hands up towards the ceiling. Your choice. We'll spend one more moment here. We'll root down into the feet, and on the inhale, we'll reverse the direction. Up come the arms. Give the wrist a few little circles as you bring the arms back down. And then we'll take the same pattern again, but we'll have the left side lead us off. So inhale, we're up. Exhale down, forearms on the thighs, knees bend. Inhale, open to the left. You can lift, twist. Exhale, we're down. Inhale, open to the right side, two. And down, press into the feet. Inhale, we're all the way up. Exhale, over to the left for a side bend. Inhale, up to center. Over to the right, second side bend. Inhale to center. Exhale, put the arms down, either hands to the hips or interlace behind. Broaden across the collarbones. And then your choice, a small forward fold, a deeper forward fold, knees bent, knees straight, maybe the arms lift, maybe they don't. Yeah, just another moment here. We'll root down through the legs, inhale all the way up, become lifting the arms. And then just release the arms down alongside you. Excellent work here. From here, let's keep your kind of wide stance and be a little bit loosey-goosey, kind of lazy. I call this one slither asana. So you're just going to move around in different ways. Yeah, see if you can let the spine go all different directions, let the shoulder blades move. Exactly. So it's kind of weird looking, but I think it feels really good. All right, friends, let's let the movement settle down. And we'll reset yourself. Let's stand. So if you're at home, stand in the middle of your mat long ways. And we're going to do some of our classic standing poses here. Yeah, like our warrior, side angle, etc. And do you know how to do that with the chair?
I'm not real sure.
Okay, I'll look at.
I don't know the names.
Yeah, no problem. And that looks good the way you've got it set up. Well, I'll just look at you. All right, friends. So let's separate your feet nice and wide, nice and wide. And we'll go this direction first. So turn the right leg in, turn the left leg out. Yeah, and you might pull the chair in a little closer to you, yeah, so that you have better balance. And then let's take the hands to the hips, and we'll bend the left knee, but have the heel slightly lifted when you bend. And then put the heel down as we go straight up again. So doing that just a couple of times. And having the heel lifted gives a little more mobility in the hip joint, the ball and socket there. Yeah. Nice. Let's do it 2 more times. And then the next time the knee is bent, lower the heel down. And then notice here the pelvis is on a little bit of a diagonal. That's great. You want to keep that. But can you turn the chest square to the long end of the mat so there's a little bit of a twist going on? Take the arms out wide. Turn your gaze left to look over the left hand. Yeah. And we'll add a little more energy in the arms. Pretend that something is lifting up and you've got to hold it down with the arms. Yeah. Excellent. Just a little more action in there. Got it, friends. And we're going to mostly keep the same setup, but change it a little bit. Let's take hands onto the hips. And then we'll take a little tilt here. So the left hip will tilt down, the right hip will pull up. and then come back to center. Do that a couple of times. If you're lucky, you'll get a little stretch on the inner thigh. Yeah. All right, friends, let's pause the next time you're in the tilted state. Yeah. Stretch the left arm out. Let's keep the palm up for a second. And can you make the left side of the waist really, really long? Keep that. Take the front ribs, let them pull in so that you're not in a big back bend in this position. Excellent. Now, option to stay right here with the right hand to the hip. If you want to make it a little harder, you could take the right arm up as well. So it's a look, mom, no hands, side angle pose. Whatever shape you've taken is great. Can you put more weight in the heels, less weight in your toes? And then on the next inhale, we come right back up to center, release the arms. Gorgeous work. Let's do that on side two. Hands to the hips. Change your legs to the second side. Just rotate the other way. And then we'll do the same pattern. So when you bend the right knee, lift the heel just a little bit. And then bring the heel down and re-straighten the leg. Excellent work. Do that a couple more times. Take a little peek at the knee. And make sure the knee is tracking forward, not knocking in. Yeah, excellent work. All right, friends, next time the knee bends, we'll stay like that, going and lower the heel down. Leave the pelvis where it is, but square up the shoulders towards the long end of the mat. Let's take the arms out wide. Excellent work. Excellent work. Pretend you're holding something down, press down with the arms. If it feels okay to look over the right fingers, do that. If that throws you off, just keep looking forward. Yeah, here too, can you put a little more weight in the heels, a little less weight in the toes? And you might feel the pelvis shift back a bit when you do that. That's a good thing. All right, from here, let's take hands to the hips. Back off a little bit on the front leg, and let's do our tilt. So that back and forth here. Yeah. Yoga disco party. Yeah, remember you're doing it. Shout out if you have any questions. All right, friends, let's hold in the tilted position. Stretch your right arm out, palm faces up. Take the front ribs, let them draw in. And you decide if this is enough with left hand to hip, stay. If you want extra work, take the left arm up as well. Everybody breathe. Everybody put the weight a little more in the heels in your feet. Yeah. And then on the next inhale, come all the way up for release. Let's parallel your feet. Bring yourself back together, either step or jump or heel toe in. Yeah. Let's take a little hula hoop again. And then go the other direction. Nice. Now, after doing those poses, I always like to do something symmetrical. So let's take this version here. Take your feet a little wider than you normally stand. Not super wide, just kind of medium. Bend the knees. Bring the hips back and rest the forearms on the thighs. Yeah. Now to add on, at the very tops of the thighs, press apart. In your feet, hug in a little bit through the ankles. And doing all those things should hopefully create a little more stability through the pelvis and the lower back. I'll just say it again, but you don't have to do it more. At the tops of the thighs, press apart. In the inner ankles, hug in. Root down through the legs. Inhale all the way up. We come, lift the arms. And release the arms. Yay. All right. So next we're going to take a Prasarita Padottanasana. It's a wide-legged forward fold. Now you can decide if you're going to go just a little bit, you keep the chair like that. If you go deeper, you can flip the chair the other way so your hands will go on the seat. It's this pose. So you can be here or here. Yeah. All right, friends. So let's start out in this wide-legged position. And before we go anywhere, have a peek at your feet. Sometimes one foot ends up ahead of the other. We want them to be on the same line. And also make sure the toes are pointing forward. Let's take a very light, slight bend in the knees. And as we come forward, let the hinge be from the hip crease, not from the spine. Yeah. Lower the hands down. You could have them on the floor or on a prop. You could be flat hands or fingertips. From your position, just like we did in the squat pose, at the very tops of the thighs press apart a little bit. Counter that by hugging in slightly through your ankles. Yes, yogis. And then let's go straighter in the legs. Keep pressing apart at the tops of the thighs. Now you decide, you can stay right here or start to walk the hands forward, kind of like down dog in the upper body, but don't move the leg, the hips forward. Yeah, if you can go on the fingertips, do that. And see if you can go really, really long through both sides of the waist. Yeah, great. And those of you who are on a block, of course, you can move the prow forward to get that extension. All right. Let's take just another moment here. And then when you're ready, we'll stay with the legs. Bring the arms in a little bit, just a little closer to you. And walk the hands towards the right, not far, just a bit. Stay there. Then the left knee, and bring the hips back a little bit. Yeah. So it's the opposite knee of what direction the arms are going. And then come back to center. Walk the arms over a little bit to the left. Bend the right knee and shift the pelvis back. Yeah. You guys getting that on the inner thigh on the right side? That's my plan. Okay, friends, let's head back to center. Back to center, just a little bit. Heel toe your feet in so you're slightly less wide. Tiny bend in the knees. At the tops of the thighs, press out. Firm up through your core. Bring the hands to the hips and we'll come up with a flat back. Try not to round your way up for this one. Yes. All right. And then from here, friends, let's reset. Bring your feet right back underneath you. Yeah. Good deal. Good deal. And then just a little bit of breath work with the arms. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, just let the arms come down beside you. Do that a few more times. Inhale up. And exhale down. One more time. Inhale up. And exhale down. Awesome. All right. So next we'll head to the front of the mat and we'll do some down dog and plank. And you can do the chair version of both of those. Or the wall version. I don't know what you've been working on. But
Yeah.
okay, either your choice. So let's come to the front of the mat, yogi. Stand in your mountain pose. Feet can be together or you can have a little space. Root down through the soles of your feet. Take the arms up overhead. Yeah, Urdhva Hastasana arms. Now really reach. Think of the tricep muscle to the pinky going up towards the ceiling. Inhale. On the exhale, let's come down for a forward fold. Come up halfway, move the chest forward. And now here we're going into our plank pose. So if you're on the floor, hands will come to the mat, so you'll walk back. If you're on the wall or the chair, just go into the version that you normally take. Yeah, we are going to stay for a little bit. Everybody, can you broaden the collarbones? And can you lift up through the lowest part of the belly? Yes. And we'll stay and we'll breathe. Nothing like plank pose in the morning. Yeah. Great. Now those of you on the mat, you're coming down to the belly. We're going to do a quad stretch. And now I'm going to show Ruby a different version. So just bear with me for a second. Now there's a couple different ways you can do this. Try sitting on a chair. And just sit a little more to one side. Just pick a side. Yeah. So, and then your right foot, you're going to kind of scoop it like this behind you. Is that, or do you, oh, that works. Yeah, that'll work. Great. Excellent. 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 Yeah. All right, those of you here, you can just do this one side. And then the other side. Maybe you already did. Yeah. And then Ruby, go ahead and switcheroo. Yeah. All right, friends. From here, Let's release what you've done. If you've been on the belly, just wiggle a little bit. And then Ruby, you're gonna stand up and face the wall. You kids on the floor will come to downward facing dog. Those of you in down dog, step the right foot just a little bit forward and sink the heel towards the floor to stretch the right calf. And then you on the wall, you're gonna step the left foot forward and the right leg back, but keep the heel on the floor. Yeah, to stretch the right calf, exactly. Then for everybody, we're stretching the right side. Can you give a little bit of a wiggle, just a little side to side shift, which will stretch the calf in different ways. It's glorious, isn't it? All right, friends, let's change. Whatever you're doing, change to the second side. And then little side to side. Okay. From here, let's reset yourself to a symmetrical shape, and we'll come to stand. Any way you want to get there is fine. Go ahead and complete it by lifting up through the arms. And then we'll release the arms. Awesome. Just do a little in and out, little shoulder rotation for a sec. Great. Now from here, go ahead and keep the chair in the front. Let's everybody stand at the front of your mat. We're going to take Warrior One with a few add-ons. Those of you guys at home, you might want to have your blocks at the front of the mat. Yeah. All right. Virabhadrasana 1. Before we do the pose, we're going to do a little something in mountain pose, and it's kind of weird, so just fair warning. You can have my back to you. So stand in your mountain pose with a little space between your feet, and if you can reach, take your hands to the tops of the hamstrings, and think of going the direction from in to out, so widening from in to out. And when you do that, I'm going to show on the side, you might feel a slight shifting back and the pelvis. Yeah? Okay, great. Now we're going to do that in Warrior One. So let's have the hands to the hips. Take the right leg back with the heel to the floor, and let's go ahead and start with both legs straight. And either use your right hand or your imagination, find that same idea. So rolling the hamstring front flesh from in to out. And do you see how when you do that, make sure it's the right leg, that when you do that, the pelvis turns a little bit more forward. No. You were correct. So right leg back, but it's the right side that you do the flesh roll. Yes, gorgeous. Did you see how that moved the hips forward? Yeah. So let's keep that idea. Bring the hand back to your hip and press down through the back heel. And then don't do. And do it again. And see how when you press down through the back heel, you kind of lift up? Oh, yeah. Gorgeous. Let's keep that. Stretch the right arm only straight up. And pretend there's something way up there that you're reaching for. Go ahead and bend the left knee. Yeah. All right. Take the left arm up as well. Here we are in Virabhadrasana 1. Yes. And then just in your imagination, find that thigh roll again. Gorgeous. Yes. Okay, friends. Now from here, let's go ahead. We'll come out. So take the arms down, step forward. We'll do that on the second side. Yeah. And you can keep the hand on the wall the whole time if you need. Let's take the left leg back, heel to the floor. Start with both legs straight. And then either use your left hand or your imagination to roll the hamstring flesh from the in to the out. Now you can do it a couple of times. Yes, good. And then let's pause, keeping that. Press the heel, left heel down into the floor and raise the left arm straight up to the sky. Yeah, keeping that. Let's bend the front knee, the right knee. And then from there, you can lift the right arm up as well if it's working for you. If not, just keep it where it was. Excellent. Pretend there's something up there you're reaching towards. But at the same time, the feet and the hips are grounding you down. All right, go ahead and release the arms. Let's come out of the pose. And just take a second. Yeah. So we're gonna do that same pose again, and we'll add on, we'll come forward and down. So just so you know, hands to the hips, right leg back. Start with both legs straight. Press the right heel down, and in your, just use your imagination, roll the flesh from in to out, and then up come the arms. Go ahead and bend the front knee. If it's feeling pinchy in your back, I didn't say this at first, but if you need to hinge a little forward, you can. Yeah. All right, friends. Now for the next bit, we'll come forward and down, landing your hands on a prop. Some of you might get to the floor. I think most of us will be on a prop here. Yeah. And then from your position, we'll go very slowly to bend and straighten the front leg. Now, a few little things to think about. Every time the leg goes straight again, press the left heel into the floor and try to push it forward. And that'll help draw the left hip back. Yeah. And then let's hold the position with your version of straight leg. And just in your imagination, do that roll again. So the hamstring flesh on the right side. Roll from in to out. Yeah, let's stay in this position. Try to move the pelvis back and the chest forward. Ah, yeah, hello hamstrings. Nice work. To get out, let's bend the front knee. Take your arms back, press into the feet. Come up briefly to warrior one pose. Or just step forward, yeah. And then release the arms and come out of it. Yay. All right. It's funny, these poses. I'm like sweating bullets here. Yeah. All right, we're going to the second side. Yeah, you too. It's like these are, you know, when we hold them longer, it takes more work, doesn't it? All right, friends, here we go. Second side, hands to hips. Stretch the left leg back, heel down on the floor. Let's start with both legs straight. Press the heel down. Just in your imagination, roll the flesh from in to out. Let's bend the front knee, lift the arms. And if you need to hinge a little forward, absolutely fine, do that. Yeah. All right, yogis. From here, we'll start to lengthen the front leg and come down. Hands land on any kind of prop. And then take your time, just nice and slow, bend and straighten the front knee a couple of times. And every time the leg goes straighter, press the heel down and try to push the heel forward, and that'll drive the hip crease back. Do that a couple more. And then the next time you're there with a straight-ish leg, pause. Just in your imagination on the left leg, roll the flesh on the back from in to out. And then from here, can you move the pelvis back and the chest forward? Elongate a little bit. Yeah, and everybody's breathing. Good deal. To get out, and bend the front knee. Take the arms back, up we come, warrior one. And then just step forward and be done. Nice work. Let's take a little hula hoop asana just to celebrate. You can bend the knees a little bit here and let there be additional movement in the ankles. And go the other way. Yeah. Okay, friends. Let's take another one of the squat just as a reset. So take the feet medium width apart. You could keep the toes pointing straight ahead, or sometimes it feels good to turn the legs in slightly, up to you. Bend the knees, bring the hips back, rest the arms on the legs. At the tops of the thighs, press apart. In the feet, hug in a little bit through your ankles. Yeah. Good. Just stay here for a moment, reconnect with your breath. And then let's reset, so toes point straight ahead, press down into the feet, inhale, all the way up we come, lift the arms. And release the arms. Excellent work. Okay, so next we'll take tree pose, Vrikshasana. We're gonna do a couple different versions of it. So you can either do it with you can have your hand on a wall or your knee on the wall, or there's a couple different ways you can go. Yeah, so I'm gonna mirror you guys on screen. Let's just find your mountain pose. Bring your hands onto your hips and go onto the right big toe. Without the pelvis moving, let the leg rotate in and out, just like you're opening a door, but it's the knee. Great. We're going to pause in the open position, and you can either stay with the foot where it is. You could slide the foot into the ankle. You could come up below the knee, or you could come up above the knee, but don't put the foot right on the knee. Yeah. Okay. Now from here, pay attention to the standing leg for a second. Really press the sole of the foot down into the floor, and let the outer left hip hug in towards the midline. Yeah, I'll say it again, but you don't have to do it more. Press the sole of the foot down. Let the outer left hip drop in towards the midline. Let's take hands to prayer if you like, or arms up to the sky if you like. If you're feeling really solid here, like this is no big deal, you can try it with your eyes closed. That'll throw you off. Yeah, you got it. All right, friends, let's release. And then we'll go straight into side two with that door hinge. Hands to the hips. Go into the left big toe and just open and close, but don't let the pelvis move with the leg. Yeah. All right. Next time the knee swings open, pause. Your choice, toes on the floor, foot to the ankle, the calf, or the thigh, just not on the knee. Once you figure it out, the standing foot, press down and let the outer right hip draw in at the same time. Yeah, but still breathe, of course. Hands, maybe they're in prayer, maybe they're up towards the ceiling. If you're feeling really confident, you can try closing your eyes. Okay, and then we'll release, just stand. Yeah, we're gonna do another thing, and then we'll come back to tree again and just see if it's any different. Stand on your left leg, and then pick up the right leg, and instead of trying to hold still, just wobble around a little bit. Yeah. This one's fun when there's a big group of people, because everyone looks ridiculous. Okay. Okay, you're gonna freeze and hold whatever awkward position you ended up in. But don't hold your breath while you're frozen. And let's do it one more time on the same leg. Yes, yogis, freeze and breathe. Good. Step the foot down for a second, just take a moment. Now we're going back to tree pose on the same side, and we just want to see if that little wiggly did anything for us. So open up the right leg, and you can stay down, you could come up. Any height is fine. Once you're there, press the standing foot down, let the outer hip hug in, and just see if it's any easier to balance after we've wiggled. Okay, for me it was. Let's release. Ruby, any results?
I don't know that. No.
You couldn't tell. Okay, fair enough. Let's do the second side. Right leg is down, left leg is up, and away we go. You could sing if you want. That could make it more interesting. And then we're going to freeze, but don't hold your breath. Same leg goes again. Any kind of movement is fine. And then we freeze. Okay, good. So take a break for a second. Step the foot down. All right, this will be our last one leg standing balance. So go on to the same leg. Pick up the left leg. Come into your tree, low or high, your choice. Yeah, and just hold for a moment. Press the standing foot down. Let the outer hip draw in. Yeah. Excellent work. All right, yogis, let's release. Just come out of that. Excellent. All right, just wiggle around a little bit. And after those, I think we need another plank pose. Yeah. So we'll set up, and you can set up whichever version you're doing here. And we'll go ahead and get here. Your version of plank pose. And once you're in position, I'll say a little bit of stuff to think about. Can you broaden the collarbones? Can you lift up through the belly? And without shifting your weight, can you bend the right knee just a little bit? Might turn the low belly on a little more. And then put it straight and bend the left knee just a little bit. Yeah. Good. And then put it straight. We're coming all the way down to the belly, and you're going to come up to stand and face the wall. Yeah. All right. Yeah, just come all the way up to stand. And you can face the wall. We're going to do some cobras. And I think probably after being on the chair, your hands are a little tired. So here we are in our position. Can you broaden the collarbones? And then without going anywhere, try to pull the hands towards your feet, or if you're on the wall, try to pull the hands down the wall without actually moving them. And see how that engages the muscles around your shoulder blades. And then we'll back off and do it a couple more times. So that little pull. Hands pull towards your feet or towards the floor. Yeah. And then back off. And let's do one more time like that. Excellent work. If you're on your belly, we're going to child's pose. If you're on the wall, you can just sit in the chair for a second. Just coming back, take a little rest. And then whatever shape you've ended up in, it might feel good to just wiggle a little bit, take a little side to side. Reconnect with your breath. Friends. Now, if you're in the chair, you're going to stay sitting. If you're with me in child's pose, I'll show two possibilities. We're going to do a figure 4 hip stretch. So I'm just going to show it quickly, but then I'll talk you through it more slowly. This is one option, sitting like this. Another option is laying down, doing it like this. And then if you're on the chair, it's this. Yeah? Okay, so you decide either lay down. I'm going to do this sitting on the floor version. And if you're sitting on the floor, you'll lean back a little bit to get in. Cross the right ankle over. That's it. And then for everybody, well, if you're laying on your back, just stay for a second. If you're sitting some way, somehow, can you press down with the hands to give you a little bit of elevation, a little bit of lift up through the torso. If you're laying on your back, you can just pull the left leg in towards you. All right, great. And we'll hold the position. Is this one okay for you? Is it too much? Because if you need to, you can put the foot down lower if you need to. Yeah. Now for everybody, let's take just a small little kind of side to side, like you're rocking the baby, but it's your leg. And then for everybody, let's keep the foot active. Press out through the sole of the foot. Good to go. All right. And if you're sitting, let's just undo your situation. If you're laying down, you can undo. Give the legs a little jiggle for a second on both sides. Yeah. And then let's do a little bit of just foot ankle movement. Anything is fine. Great. All right. Second side. So let's come back. If you're sitting like I am, lean back a little more and then cross the left one over and then come in. Otherwise, yeah, you can be here if you need to be. Yeah, don't force it. Breathe. See if you can have a nice, tall, long spine. And as long as it feels okay, little side to side, little wiggle. Yes, your knees. what never gets old. Right. Okay, let's undo. Stretch the leg out. Just give another little blah, 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 blah. Give the feet any other little movements here. And then if you were sitting like I am, the hands might need a little movement. So you can take a little wrist circle too. Yeah. All right, friends. So next we'll head into Supta Padangusthasana. If you are lying down, you'll be laying down with a strap over your foot. You can do this version in a chair. Do you know that one?
Not sure.
Yes, you'll sit and stretch the leg. You'll just be sitting and stretch the leg forward. And then if you're laying down, you'll do it like this. Yeah. So go ahead and just get into your starting position. We'll do the right leg first. Yeah, exactly. You'll stretch the right leg out straight so it looks kind of like that. Yeah. And then the heel can stay on the floor or you can lift it. Sometimes the arms get tired though, so it's up to you. And then from whatever shape you've taken, let's do a couple times just a little bend and straighten in the knee, just a little bit. Yeah. Great. And then let's pause. Press outward through your heel. And then slowly start to point the toes. And that'll move the stretch into more of the kind of the front side of the shin. And then let's slowly go the other way, press up through the heel and pull the toes towards you. Yeah. Let's do that one more time each direction. Good deal. All right. And then just pause in just a position that feels okay for you, but not too extreme. Those of you on the floor, pay attention to the left leg for a second. And can you press the heel outward and imagine a cute little baby elephant sitting on the top of the thigh, moving it towards the floor. Great. Now for everybody, let's move both parts of the strap into your right hand. We'll take the right leg out to the right. Yeah, exactly right. And then if you're on the chair, you can take the left knee to the left so you're a little more balanced. Those of you on the floor, if you need a little more balance, you could bend the left knee and take the left knee left. If you're okay with the left leg straight, keep your baby elephant sitting there so that the thigh doesn't pop up. Yes, excellent work. All right. Now from here, friends, let's firm the belly. Bring the leg back to center, and then we're going to change arms on the strap. Now for you, you're not really going to go anymore with the leg. You'll just take a twist and more in the torso. Kids on the floor will take the right leg over to the left any amount, putting into a little twist. Yeah, that's perfect. Good. Now for everybody, can you make some space between the right hip and the right armpit? Yeah. The right side of the waist tends to shorten in this sort of shape. We want to keep our leg. And then we'll firm the belly, bring the leg back up to the center. Let's bend the knee. Take the strap away and just be symmetrical for a second. So both legs bent, both legs straight, whatever. Take a little check-in. Notice if you feel different on the two sides. And then we'll repeat on side two. So go ahead and strap up the left foot. Take a second to get there. And then once you're in position, we'll just bend and straighten a little bit. And I didn't mention this on side one. For here, when we straighten, think of reaching the sitting bone and the heel away from each other, almost like you're pulling taffy, but it's the hamstrings. Yeah. Then we're going to pause with the leg your version of straight and slowly point the toes up towards the ceiling. Yes. And then you'll pull the toes towards you and reach the heel away from you. Oh. And do it one more time each way. I think I need to do this more often.
Great. And then let the foot just be somewhere, not too extreme in either position. Those of you laying down on the bottom leg, can you press the heel out and find a cute little baby elephant sitting on the top of the thigh, and it's going to stay there as we take the leg out to the left. Make sure the straps are in the left hand. If you're on the chair and you need the balance, you can take the right knee a little to the right. Yeah. Good, good. So yes, indeed, we'll be getting a stretch, but it's also work, so we're working to maintain the stability. All right, friends, let's come on up to center. Move the strap into the other hand, and then if you're sitting, you'll just turn the upper body more to the left. If you're laying down, you'll take the left leg more over to the right. Any amount is fine. For me, I find less is more in my body here. Now, wherever you are, can you make space between the left hip and the left armpit? Think of just lengthening the whole side body. Awesome job. Firm the belly, bring the leg back up to the center. Let's release out of your strap. And then again, just pause in something symmetrical. Both legs bent, both legs straight. Take a breath. Friends, well, from here we're more or less heading into Shavasana. If there's any last little something you need, sometimes this one feels good to press the hands into the thighs. You could do that one sitting too, just a little bit of a reset. Yeah, or if there's anything else that you know you like to do before Shavasana, go ahead and take that. Traditionally, we're laying down, but that's not always comfortable. I'm going to be sitting, just easier for me to talk. And then do you want me to hit that light? I should have said that before. Yeah. The light's not in your eyes. Take this time for yourself, for your body, just to absorb your practice. Relax your face. All around your eyes. All around your mouth. Relax your spine and all the muscles that run up and down the spine. Whatever is meeting the floor. Without any effort on your part, just allow that part of you to drop downward. Let your whole body breathe. Every time that you breathe. This very moment, there's no other place that you need to be. No other thing that you need to do.
Relax your ears, and the skin behind your ears. There'd be an opening through the inner ear. You may even feel that all the way under the cheekbones, a hollow space. Relax your eyes and your jaw even more. Moment, we'll start to transition out of Shavasana. You might begin a little wiggle in the fingers or the toes. Maybe take a little movement of your head from side to side. Maybe take a reach, a little stretch with the arms. Those of you laying down, let the knees bend and roll your body to one side. Take your time. You can join those of us who are sitting. We'll meet with hands at heart center. Take this time to thank your body, your own body, for everything that it's able to do. And thank yourself for being here. Namaste.